Okay, so I just did the I just did recording. Um I it's 10:30 a.m. Um I would typically consider this to be my ideal time for it to read and work. But overall, I'm taking medication for ADHD, and though I'm typically someone who needs some level of background noise, I'm not sure if the microphone picked it up, but the background noise there is, I'm assuming, construction or someone's moving or something's moving, and the noise was just faint enough for it to be annoying, but um, not so loud that I could just drain it out with like thinking to myself. But it was just quiet enough that while I was trying to read it, um, it did distract me. Um, what else? This is a pandemic, so almost all of my studying happens here at my desk, um, or at my bed. Um, Something that I should note is that I'm someone who likes hard paper copies, and it's easier for me to read and do work and take notes and highlight and do all of that when I have a hard copy of something. I don't have a printer, so that makes that more difficult. And yeah. Okay. Yep, it's working now. Um, this was part B, or the second day, for the video post on reading theory. It's I'd say it's like 7:30 ish, so like early evening. I couldn't concentrate as much because my because I couldn't because it's the day has already passed, and on top of that, it's um, my medication has worn off, and then but what I did notice was the noises that were present bothered me less. Um, but uh, I I'm sitting at my kitchen. Um, it's kind of hard because it's a small space, and I'm trying to be responsible and not go outside and not go to places that are very social. But I would not study here and under this context because it's after a long day. Um, my mind is kind of elsewhere, and it's also just not the most comfortable place to be sitting. I'm very formal. I like a desk. I like paper and all of that. And though I can get work done on like countertops and like bar stools and all that, I much prefer a table and a desk where I can like reach for things. So yeah. Um, this is part three. In regards to the readings themselves, I do think that half, the first time I did it, was much more fruitful, as I've got questions, and I think to myself, what is it that we're really it just brought up questions around post-colonialism, imperialism, anthropology's history with those subjects, and this idea in anthropology that, like you said in class, that we, as a field, there's this kind of shift to kind of address it and get away from that past. But at the same time, what I see is the repetition of those theories again. Um, we choose to be like, this is the part of the theory that we like and we accept and we choose to take, but then ignore all of everything else. Ignore their conclusions that they made with it, and ignore the presumptions, ignore uh, other facts that contributed to them being part of the imperial experiment. Um, so I think as a whole, like that's what I garnered from the readings. It more of like a question of, so where do we go from here? Um, Nothing really surprised me in terms of the setting, but it's definitely something that I don't know. I would definitely prefer probably like afternoon time over nighttime to work, and um, maybe with music or something to tune out like background noise of some sort. But other than that, yeah. Oh, this went over. I'm so sorry.